Minnesota 1-0, San Antonio 0-1. We'll have the announcers for you for a little bit, I'm assuming. Probably most of the game.
For RBA action, I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Friday, then on Thursday.
You know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team's going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup, we've got D. The machine is out there with cool hands. And there's money. And it's B in the guard position. And for San Antonio, we've got Speedy. Jones is out there with the Cobra. And there's the Great. And it's Mr. Fundamentals at the 2. Now the outcome tonight, Greg, could come down to the big men up front.
You know, versatility will be key. The front court that can be physical but also pass it, stretch the floor, will likely be the victory.
And so off the tip, it's the Stars. Here's Speedy. Outside, Jones. From downtown, gets the three-pointer of the ball.
And that's exactly what he's looking for. Rainey.
Here's B. Misses the three. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. San Antonio with the ball. Here's Mr. Fundamentals. 9 points last game. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel. Out left to the wing. D, defended by Jones. Shakes him. He takes it up and lays it in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
The three. Score the basket this second of 2 attempts.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
B, the pass to cool hands. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Speedy.
Yes. That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Here's Money. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. The break passes to Speedy. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Garnett. Hands it from downtown.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there. It can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter. Matching baskets from the perimeter and hallmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Now here's Garnett. Coming off a 12-point game his last outing. Here's Cool Hands. And that one hits back iron.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy listen to.
Yes, let's look at the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
And so it's Minnesota with it, following the third quarter by San Antonio. Here's Garnett. That three off target. Had some space there after the little bump play. Here's Speedy. 23 points for him the last game against Dallas.
He was a shot blocking nightmare out there. 4 blocks in the game and some ultra shots as well.
So both teams changing it up here. B, the pass to Garnett. Jacks up a three. The Stars with the rebound. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season. Here's Speedy beyond the arc. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Well, we don't think of point guards as rebounders necessarily, but here are the ones that have corralled the most in the last month of the NBA. Well, you look at Speedy, no doubt one of the most efficient rebounders in the game. And, of course, B, a few spots down.
And it may not be the first thing you think about, but if you look at a lot of great point guards, their rebounding, that nose for the basketball is a big part of their game.
And this is what makes this group so special. They are complete players, and rebounding is a part of it.
To the right side. Here's Garnett. To halt the run, that one falls. Garnett's got 5 now.
Just an innate ability to rebound the basketball and then make the defense pay.
When he gets a few of those early, look out. It gets his blood pumping, and suddenly there's nobody who can hold him.
And so it looks like it'll still be the Stars' ball. San Antonio making a switch here. Nash is checked in. And then for Minnesota, Cool Hands checked in for the Machine. And it's the Bulldozer in for money. Here's Junior. Money from the wing.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
B, the pass to Garnett. A 15-footer. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. San Antonio leading by 8. Now, Junior. The baseline J. And another basket for San Antonio.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
This has been a beatdown right here, possibly over before it began.
Here's Cool Hands. Pass to the Bulldozer. Over to the left wing. A baseline J. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Here's Speedy. 5 points in the game. Fans can be impatient, Greg, especially for the fans of teams that are slow to start a season.
And Kevin, the media as well.
Right.
I played in New York, and you know, in that town, you go big or you get talked about. No doubt about it. But with the way things have evolved now, and every team is a national team because every game's televised, it's starting to happen more in some of those smaller markets as well. It's just a harsh reality of pro sports.
That one is off. San Antonio making a switch here. Good on the second free throw. And Minnesota has possession. They trail by 9 points.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, it seemed like they got every shot they wanted. I'm sure they wish every game could be that way. He has that swag going on right now. When the defense steps back on him, he loves taking advantage of it.
And it's blocked. And so it looks like it'll still be the Stars' ball. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And that'll give them a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
Mr. Fundamentals checked in for Speedy. Jeffries kicks it over to Nash. To the left side wing. Parker, the pass to Mr. Fundamentals. The bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Minnesota trails by 6. Timeout called. First of the game for Minnesota.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that were the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
1:52 left here in the opening quarter. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Frames the three-pointer. He's got 5 points so far.
Boy, both teams racking up the points to start this game.
And you wonder how long they can keep it going. At some point, you expect the defense will adjust.
Now, here's Junior. Nash kicks to Jeffries. Just 5 on the clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Stars.
They didn't need any time to warm up from long range today. Their three-point shooting has been terrific in the first half.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Jones checked in for the Stars. D, he's checked in for Minnesota. Two on the clock. Here's Junior. And once again off the mark by the Stars.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Outside, Jones. Over Junior. The 19-footer is on the money. And that's now 11 points for Baldwin. Minnesota trails by 6. A pass to the Bulldogs. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first. Passes it to D. From the arc. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
And so it's San Antonio with it. Pass to Junior. Lets it go from deep. And he's good on the three ball. Junior's got his second basket of the night.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Outside, Jones. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
They've had better patience, better shot selection so far, but we still have a long way to go.
San Antonio shooting their fourth attempt at the free throw line right here. One shot. Free throw, good. Nash. Minnesota trails by 9. Here's Money, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Has to cool hands. Out to the right wing. A three ball. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Stars lead by 9. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Minnesota trails by 9. On the court for Minnesota, they've got the machine. Bulldozer is out there with Money. Then it's D, and it's Cool Hands in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Speedy, the pass to Grant. Off target with his three. Minnesota shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Here's Jones. And too long on the shot. D, defended by Jones. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. San Antonio leading by 7. The Great, and once again off the mark by the Stars. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Drains it from beyond the arc. 7 points for Mr. Fundamentals.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Now here's Garnett. He's got 5. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Speedy, the pass to the Great. Here's Speedy. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Lets it go with the 3. And again, it's San Antonio with the 3.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
The pass to D. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by the Stars. Here's the Great. Oh, that's blocked. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Cool Hands. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, get a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, well, so Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court, that's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
On the 3 off target. And the Stars leading by 10. Here's Speedy. He has 6. Kicks to Garnett. Five on the clock. This one for 3. It doesn't go for him. And Minnesota now the other way. B, guarded by Garnett. B, the pass to Money. Offensive rebound. Cool hands.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
The feed to Jeffries. Over Junior. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Minnesota trails by 8. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And San Antonio shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Jeffries, the pass to Barton, uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Stars lead by 10.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
He's checked in for cool hands. And here we have a rundown of the players you don't want on you when you're putting up a shot. The leaders in blocks over the last month. Take a look at Speedy, second in the NBA, a great defender.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
Passes it to B. And here's Junior. No points in the game yet for him. Here's B. Another miss by Minnesota. And the Stars leading by 10. Pass to Barton. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Buries it from three-point range. And it's 9 points for Speedy.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And the pass to Money. Kicks it to Junior. From deep. The long distance 3 is buried. Money's got 5.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
the switch here. Nash is checked in. Well, in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple Finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. I'm going to agree. Here's Nash following the three by Minnesota, and it's Junior missing.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last three, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Lets it go. He claims that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And now just a 5-point San Antonio lead. There's the try. And hold on!
You got to buckle up on that one. He's got to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane, though.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Here's Cool Hands. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please. That's terrible.
And the Stars leading by 4. Junior with it. He has 5. Garnett wide open. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
This is the shot you want to get him. An open look from range.
Pass the money from deep 3-point range. Way to go that time. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Jeffries the pass to Garnett. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Minnesota calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Some changes for Minnesota. The Machines check in for Cool Hands. D comes in for Junior. And it's the Bulldozer in for money. We've got 1:23 left in the second quarter. The Bulldozer passes to Garnett. Here's the Bulldozer. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Just 5 to shoot. Here's D. And the 3 ball is good.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Mr. Fundamentals. He's got 10. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And one area where they've improved here in the second quarter is getting the ball in the paint. That inside scoring has gotten much stronger.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. What's up? the free throw, no good. Minnesota trails by 8. B, the pass to Garnett. Three-pointer. Rebound, San Antonio. Mr. Fundamentals got 4 rebounds now tonight. Going inside, Junior. Again, the star score.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Reason why momentum can flip so quickly. We see it time and time again. Teams giving up big leads.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's B. And a miss there on the triple. Pass to the great. It's stolen by Garnett. The bulldozer passes to B. From deep, an absolute bomb from three-point range. B's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Minnesota. And so it's the Stars heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be right back after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. The Stars were looking great right away. They put together some nice offensive stretches and at one point led by as many as 10. At the close of the first quarter, their lead was a healthy 9 points. Second quarter, not quite as good, but still managed to maintain control and enjoy a 7-point advantage at the break. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Stars.
They shot a great percentage from the field and not by accident. Their movement was good, they're making good decisions, and the coach loves to see that kind of efficiency out of his guys.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about the visiting team?
I felt they had a lack of intensity defensively. They gave up way too many threes. I mean, somebody needs to pull out the fire because this fire is out of control, and it certainly wasn't because of their defense.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You know, B has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
What can you say? Shooting is a premium in this league, and you can see why.
Minnesota trails by 7. Speedy out there with Mr. Fundamentals. And there's the great. And it's the Cobra. And it's Jones in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Stars' 5. Money passes to cool hands. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Aggressive move coming out of the half, penetrating into the heart of the defense.
That was a good play call, attacking with the right guy in the right situation.
One shot. And that one misses. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augman, I mean, I could go on and on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Here's D. Nailed from three-point land. D's got 11 points.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Garnett outside. Fires for 3. Rebound by the Stars. Mr. Fundamentals got 6 rebounds in the game. Throws Puts it up high. Battles through traffic and lays it in. The Drake's got his first points in this one.
And he just big boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Garnett, right side. Offline with his three.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Drives to the hoop. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Let's take this chance to bring you now the hottest shooters from downtown this month. You look at Mr. Fundamentals. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
Sometimes a three-point shooter gets into that rhythm and just keeps carrying it over. That's been the case for him the entire month.
And he makes the first. Juniors check in for Minnesota. And good on the second, so he makes them both. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Minnesota trails by 9. Over to the wing. D passes to Junior. Puts it up. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
The Stars have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. The pass to Buck. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
Jones looking for an opening. Here's Speedy. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
And the Stars leading by 9. Outside, Jones passes it to Mr. Fundamentals. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Mr. Fundamentals got a pair of threes now here in the third for San Antonio. Now, here's Junior. Takes the three. Another miss by Minnesota. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Mr. Fundamentals. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Pocket 6. Shots good by Garnett.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
It's been tremendous job of play calling and execution. They just continue to increase this lead.
He's checked in for Minnesota. The bulldozer comes in for D. Mr. Fundamentals really making a difference here.
He is absolutely dialed in. from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
Here's Money. He's got 5. Garnett outside. Here's the bulldozer. And nothing is falling for him right now.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's going to go back the other direction. They played a pretty clean game. Not many giveaways, and the score reflects that.
A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
Man, he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Minnesota trails by 14. Pass to Junior. Now the pass to Garnett. Fires the 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. And it's 8 points for Money.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Here is Jeffries. Passes to Junior. It's clocked. And so it looks like it'll still be the Stars' ball. Minnesota making a switch. Patterson's checked in. Six on the shot clock. Mr. Fundamentals passes to Nash. Here's Junior. The Stars again missing.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
Here's Mr. Fundamentals, guarded by Garnett. And yes, it's good. Mr. Fundamentals got 20.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Here's the bulldozer. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. From deep 3-point range, count it, and the Stars' lead has been cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Garnett.
That's his second three-pointer of the night. 1 in each half. Trying to keep the defense honest.
Minnesota making a switch here. Posey's checked in, and then for Minnesota, Starks comes in for Junior, and B subbed in for Patterson. Steve, if you were a GM and you could choose one player, who would you start your team with?
Right now, I think the perfect player to start your team off right now, because of the way everything is going, is Anthony Davis. He can play 1 through 5. Defensively, he can change a game. Offensively, he can play in and out. And he's just that fluid player that matches up with today's game.
Takes it inside, the Bulldozer. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. The Bulldozer's got his first points of the game. There's a good screen. Poked away. Grant. San Antonio again missing. Minnesota trails by 8. To the middle. Here's Garnett. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
and it has them in a great spot to take the lead. They love to get a few stops now at the other end.
Pass to Posey. Here's Mr. Fundamentals, and so it looks like it'll still be the Stars' ball. And let's take this opportunity to show you the shooting guards with the highest percentage from the floor over the last month. You look at Mr. Fundamentals, you know what you're going to get from him day in and day out.
You know, just ask this group. Sometimes when you're hot, and it's a comforting feeling for a coach to know you've got one of those guys roaming on the perimeter.
And they're not too bad at attacking the basket either. That's why some of their shooting percentages are so crazy high. They will work to get those high-quality chances inside.
And Minnesota has possession after the basket by San Antonio. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. 1:05 left in the third quarter of the game. Shoots from 8. Here's the Great. A second chance effort. An easy 2 points on the layup. The Great's got his second basket.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunity.
Especially when you're this far down. You make the most of every sequence.
Traps in the tray.
Give him a lot of credit. He's always looking to be aggressive on the offensive end.
Here's Speedy. Outside, Jones. Here's the Great. Rebound, Minnesota. 1 separating the shot clock and game clock. It's tipped. Tries to keep it alive. Cool hands, passes to B. Here's Steele. Doesn't go that time. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. It's the Stars. They're up by 7. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court for Minnesota, Cool Hands is out there with G. Then it's D, then there's B, and it's Money in at the shooting guard. Here's T, and again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Here's Speedy. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And they pick up 2. And it's 6 points for the Great.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
And there's the pass to B. Here's Cool Hands. Rebound, San Antonio. Mr. Fundamentals got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And it's blocked. Passes it to Money. Out to the wing. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get it to your opponent's head. Forced them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
The Machines checked in for G. On defense, the Stars. 6-point game.
Trying to shoot himself out of his slump. and it's not going well.
Pass to the great. Now here's Garnett for three, and that one is off. From deep, Garnett grabs the board. Garnett's got his fourth rebound in this one. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's the pass to Speedy. Here's the great. Outside, Jones. Garnett against Garnett. And Garnett with the basket on the assist by Jones. Minnesota trails by 8. Pass to Garnett. This is it to Cool Hands. Drills the three-pointer.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
We've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
Here's Speedy. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Mr. Fundamentals. Pass to Speedy. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Into the lane. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Stars lead by 7.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Now the pass to Money. That 3 off the mark.
And they continue to control the glass.
To the wing right side. Good work there as it goes.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. At the 10, great positioning on the putback. That's 12 points for Cool Hands.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Passes it to Mr. Fundamentals. Sinks the triple. Mr. Fundamentals got 13 points here in the second half alone.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Garnett outside. There's the 3. It's good from long range.
All about converting your opportunities. He just hit his second 3 of this half, 3rd of the night.
Here's Speedy. Pass to the great. Latrey. Rebound, Minnesota. D's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Money. For the 3. And another three for Minnesota.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
You know, when you're raining threes, you can stack up points in a hurry, but it can go the other way as well. Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1-3, and that was in the first half.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for San Antonio.
What tremendous passing we've seen from them today. A very unselfish performance all around.
You know, two teams that really put on a show, and it's going to be a very close one at the end, you know. Minnesota. They can still march back in this game, you know, and as Ralph makes both of those free throws right there. Jones, yes. There he is. Perry Jones with 13 points tonight. All around Morin. He's got to play smarter. Here you go. Paulino, yes. Paulino has scored again. So that's what it's about. You get in there. And you score. And you play great basketball. That's what it's about. Make a great play. There you go. 6-point lead by San Antonio upon 6 minutes to go. 1 minute to go here. Paulino. Yes! He buries. There. Garnett. Paulino. Bang! It's a tie game. San Antonio tied with Minnesota now. 2 threes in a row. Jones, no good. Garnett, yes. Kennedy Garnett able to bury it and storm it downtown. Ralph Paulino upon the 1 minute mark. A chance to win this game. Ralph, yes! San Antonio. He's upset, but they will not challenge. They knew that was a foul. They have to deal with the consequences, which is Ralph Bolino. And that's the greatest player right now. He's playing like a monster, especially in this quarter. And he's got slashing takeover with under a minute to go. Shapiro running the basketball. Shapiro to Jones. Jones to Shapiro. Yeah! He hit Jack Moran. He buried it. He lowered it high. He soared. He threw it down. A 2-point game with almost about half a minute to go in this game. Where do you look to go? You know, this is going to be about who wins this game right now. It's going to be more. It's going to be about how you win it, how you produce. You know? Gore rebounds. Shapiro's fouled. An awful opportunity now. That one will go in. Shapiro. That one goes in as well. It's a 4-point game now. Bolino runs clock. Bolino got to shoot. Bang! Oh, what a shot from Ralph Bolino! He's got 30. And now a chance to go to overtime. Oh, but that's it for him. He was doing way too much. And he's out of the game now. You got to make sure if you're Minnesota, you're putting the right guys in the game. Red. 8 seconds. Garnett. Moran. The chance. Yes. He hits. Oh, but it's a 2. You want to look at that one more time? No. Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at that. Unbelievable. Oh my. Morin. I mean, I would challenge that. That is definitely close. That's a 3. That is a 3. That's a 3. Oh. By 1 inch. Now you got to foul quickly and just pray. I don't know what to say, man. Good foul by Morin. He fouls number 2. And that's been the man tonight, Jack Morin. Oh, rookie sensation from last season. Minnesota has no timeouts. Garnett. Oh, Minnesota falls to San Antonio. A very rough ending to a team that was looking to win. Ralph Bolino came back and then narrowed it and then buried it and then nothing. Nothing came out of it, you know. RBA basketball knows that. Nothing came out of that. Zayden Thorne. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. You know, the standings aren't placed. West is kind of confusing. A lot of teams are 1-4, 1-3, or 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 2-2. We got Oklahoma City, and then Dallas and Denver undefeated. Boston, Miami, Toronto, and Baltimore all undefeated in the East, making the East look so much stronger. And it's going to be a big competition with the endings here. I think Nevada will bounce down and LAW will go up, and that will mean that it will be Nevada and San Diego. Which, by the way, let's look at this San Diego thing. What is up with this guy? Yeah, 7'5", give him more weight, you know. I mean, come on. 3 losses now. Yeah, well, tomorrow, Toronto and New York City will face off. Philly. EB-do. Oh no. Toronto at New York and Philly at Boston. Philly and Boston, the 2 teams that that'll be a good one. And Miami, Seattle, Oklahoma City, and Minnesota. Miami and Seattle, Minnesota, and the LAS, LAW and Oklahoma City. Oh, that's San Antonio. And that Cleveland, Minnesota at Philly, and then Cleveland at Baltimore. Boston and Miami, one of the greatest games you could have. Miami and New York. And as we continue, we go on. The double headers will begin in March, and then April, and then May. The end of May, it'll be the end of the RBA season. Lots of more games up ahead. Playoff contusion almost here. Who are our weeklies? Leading the league in scoring right now is R.J. Williamson. Then it's Dax Freeman. Then it's Connor Val. Manuel Kramer doing a great job. Wall, Brown, Carbide. Not many have decided yet, but the worst player in the RBA is announced to be the one and only. The worst player in the RBA is Bellamy. The worst player that has scored is the Huertas. Christos de Huertas. Yeah, Thorne and Watkins. All the way down there, you know. D-Ray Jr. there, and Hatson. And you keep moving forward. Christ the third, and then Garnett, Katie Garnett, Nixon, Wagner, Eskins Jr., Clark. You keep moving forward. Garnett Jr. is there. Petler, Russell, and you keep moving. Valerie, 102nd ranked right now. Listen, the top 28 players make the All. The top, 28 players make the All-Star game. So the cut would feature him, all these great players, which are usually in the All-Star game, but they're not going to be in it this year. You got to work hard. You got to make a motion. Right now, the All-Star game, it's far away. Okay, it's far away. All right. So yeah, Bolino, one of the best in his game, and looking at the Daily View, tomorrow we got a great game. Toronto and New York has started off, and then it will continue with a marvelous Philly at Boston, which everybody's excited for, I think. And then the next time two undefeated teams go at it, will be this Sunday, Boston at Miami. Two very excruciating Eastern Conference champions, I think, or what's projected to be right now. As we look into the standings, teams that are in it. Denver is the first seed, Dallas, then Oklahoma City, then San Antonio at the 4, Minnesota, Seattle, LAS, Nevada at the 8. So it would be Denver, Nevada. Oh my. Denver's really developed. Dallas, well, this is only the beginning of the season, Things are going to keep moving forward. There's only 19 games in the year, though, so you got to know that. LAS and Dallas. Dallas usually not at the top of the standings. Now they are, for now. Oklahoma City and Seattle. That's a basic one we've seen before. San Antonio and Minnesota. I see them playing each other, These two, this game, Boston 1, Miami 2, Toronto 3, Baltimore 4, Philly 5, 6 is Cleveland, 7 in New York, and then 8 is Orlando. Washington not doing that great so far, or Chicago. Philly doing surprisingly well. But they'll play Boston tomorrow, pick up a loss, and then they'll go down in the standings, And then with a Toronto victory, New York loss. The Toronto victory puts them at the 2nd seed, and Miami loses to Boston on Sunday. Boston, and then Toronto. And then hopefully you can see a Baltimore wins. Baltimore plays Cleveland. They can hope to see that. Right now, if the playoffs were to happen, it would be Orlando versus Boston. I see that happening. Miami versus, we see that happen before. Miami versus New York. That's also something possible. Toronto and Cleveland. That's going to happen. Probably Baltimore and Philly. I want Baltimore and Washington like last year, but, it is what it is. It is what it is. We're going to try to open a pack now, because RBA loves you, and we love you back. see what Ronald's up to. Diamond, okay, maybe we can get something very nice from this. 94, number 3, shooting guard, D-Wade, okay. No, the RBA. Peace out for now. We love you, RBA Nation.